undefeated Native American Tatanka squares off against Intercontinental Champion Shawn Michaels this week on WWF Superstars. Welcome everyone to World Wrestling Federation action. I'm Vince McMahon, along with the King, Jerry Lawler, and the Macho Man, Randy Savage. And will this be the week in which the undefeated streak of Tatanka comes to a brusque halt?
I want to tell you, it's finally going to happen. Payback for Custer's last stand. There's going to be a massacre today, but the Indians are going to be on the short end of the stick.
Strictly your opinion. What about the 8-foot-tall giant Gonzalez going against, not against one guy, two guys, but three guys in a handicap match? Yeah.
And this week will mark the return of the Great Hawaiian Crush.
You know what I'm waiting to see? I want to see once again the footage of another lazy American, as Mr. Fuji calls it, getting squashed at the hands of Yokozuna. Hacksaw Jim Duggan being carted out. I can't wait to see that.
We'll have an update on Mr. Duggan's condition.
What about the comeback kid? You interviewed him, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Yeah, this Monday night, I'm with you, brother. Yeah, do the thing.
And in action will be the narcissist Lex Luger. And here we go. Here comes the Heartbreak Kid himself. Take a look at the reigning Intercontinental Champion. You might want to listen to his vocals. He's been in the recording studio. I think he fancies himself as the next Elvis. Take a look at Shawn Michaels. Let's listen to him as he sings his way to the ring.
Self-proclaimed in all his glory, there's a guy waiting to come into the ring right now, and his name is Tatanka, and he's looking to beat this guy.
Yeah, but look at this. The girls are going crazy over Shawn Michaels. Listen to that song. That could be the next number one. Number one with a bullet.
He's just a sexy boy, and look who's coming to town now.
Here we go. Tatanka, come and get him.
What an ovation! Tatanka, undefeated in the World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, but he hadn't gone up against the Intercontinental Champion yet.
Tatanka looks in super shape. He hasn't been in the recording studio.
Tatanka very much looking forward to this matchup, even though it's a non-title matchup. A win over Shawn Michaels, I believe, would catapult Tatanka certainly in the top 5 category in terms of an opportunity to perhaps one day take the title away from Shawn Michaels.
No doubt about it. Tatanka's got the edge mentally, yes.
Well, if you could win matches with your mouth, you guys would be world champions. But he can't do it. He's going to have
Pardon me. The Macho Man has been World Wrestling Federation champion on 2 different occasions, and he backs up what he said.
Thank you very much.
Well, let me just say this. I am the only one in there that is sufficiently articulate enough to brag on Shawn Michaels. And I'm going to tell you right now, this kid is great. Look at that move right there.
Yeah, well, we just saw that. Histrionics there on Shawn Michaels, who decides to take a hike. Tatanka going right out after him now. These 2 great competitors. Oh, wait a minute. What a move that was by Shawn Michaels.
A very smart move.
Yes, it was.
Used to be a wrestling match, may turn into a fight.
Never can tell here in the WWF. 2 great competitors, and Tatanka puts on the brakes a second time. Oh, look at that maneuver by Shawn Michaels. Nicely done. But it did nothing for him offensively. Oh, yeah.
That's a cheap shot.
Never turn your back.
Shot.
I love it.
Tatanka with a clothesline. All the way to the outside. Shawn Michaels, the Intercontinental Champion.
Well, go on after him there, Tatanka, if you're so tough. I think he's got red on the head, but yellow down his back.
Oh, no, I don't think so at all. I don't think you can say that about either one of these competitors.
Shawn Michaels doesn't look like much of a sexy boy right now.
No. But you never can tell whether or not Michaels is playing possum. He's always thinking out there. There's no way to really read the Intercontinental Champion. There you go again.
Right.
I love it. This guy's so smart. He reminds me of me.
Shawn Michaels winding up Tatanka. A nice reversal by Tatanka. Michaels now with Tatanka. He's coming off the ropes. Right back from the net. Oh, yeah. the other side, and it stops right about there. Down on the knee. Cover 1, 2, 3. No.
Two great athletes. I think strength goes to Tatanka, though.
And the tackle. Another one. Yes, look at this. Tatanka with a quick cover again. And whoa.
Real
Several near
close.
falls there by Tatanka with momentum now.
There you go.
Come on.
There you go.
Shawn Michaels in what would appear to be somewhat of a desperation attempt, nonetheless successful, heaving Tatanka over the top rope, and that was literally a charging bull.
Shawn Michaels used Tatanka's momentum against him right there. Smart move, I have to say.
I can't believe you would admit that.
I did it. I admitted it.
Ooh, look at that. Another smart move.
Hard right hand on the part of Michaels. Back in now. Admonishment from the official. Tatanka trying to shake it off. Well, look at this. Come on.
You think Tatanka might be thinking about his ancestors right now?
And look at this. Michaels turning it into a slugfest. Hammering away on Tatanka. I don't think that's too smart. Snapmare over goes Tatanka. Drops the elbow as Michaels. In the gas.
This is almost over.
Shawn Michaels is taking it to Tatanka. We're going to have to take this commercial break. We'll be right back as the action continues. We're back with more WWF action. Shawn Michaels continues his domination over Tatanka.
Boy, domination is the right word. That's the first time he's been to his feet in 5 minutes, I think.
Tatanka off the rope. Look at that maneuver.
That came from left field.
Oh, elbow right in the back of the head. And the cover 1, 2, and no. Shawn Michaels with a near fall on Tatanka, measures him, standing drop kick right into Kisser. Wow.
That was pretty.
Just seems to me Michaels is not moving in, though. He's not following up.
You don't have to follow up a move like that. That'll change those early American looks of his. You know, he already looked like a buffalo anyway.
Tatanka's in such great shape. Maybe Shawn Michaels is punching himself out. Total domination could be his downfall.
Both competitors in great condition. Proponents of integrated conditioning program. Look at this. Series of lefts and rights. Come on, ref, get in there. The name on the marquee is wrestling, not boxing. A snapmare again. And once again, Shawn Michaels beginning to dominate the matchup, setting the tempo.
Listen to the people, feel the electricity. Tatanka, yeah, come on, let's see what you got right here. Opportunity knocks, you gotta be ready to go through that door.
Yeah. And again, a victory by Tatanka would perhaps put him in a spot of contention, perhaps even #1 for the title, if he could pull it out. Tatanka, ducking that clothesline. Tatanka over the head, trying to get him down, sunset flip, and
Smart move by the young guy.
wait a minute, thought about toe, and yes, he got it.
No, he didn't, almost.
What a maneuver and a part of Tatanka. And now, again, more desperation tactics by Michaels. And Tatanka, summoning the gods, summoning the spirits. Tatanka with momentum now. Michaels right at him and chopped down to the canvas. Tatanka with the warpath off the rope, another hard chop. Tatanka with unbelievable momentum now, and yes, down one more time. And up he goes. No, break in the face. I thought for sure Tatanka was going to get Michaels across the back.
That could be the turning point of the match right there.
You guys kill me. This guy's not the Intercontinental Champion for nothing.
Oh, no, look at that. He misses with a kick. Tatanka misses with a chop. Up goes Tatanka. Tatanka behind him. Yeah.
He got him.
No.
Hook the leg. 1, 2. Yeah.
He got him. There's a 3 right there. Non-title, but Tatanka got the victory.
Tatanka is still undefeated.
This place is exploding right now.
What a competitor. Tatanka. What a matchup. Tatanka and Michaels kicking things off here.
Tatanka, you deserve it all the way. Dig it.
Let's take you back now to footage, and we'll show you what Hacksaw Jim Duggan is attempting to do, what no man has ever done in single competition knocked Yokozuna off his feet.
On the first try, Duggan went after the big man from Japan. And you can see what happened. Undaunted Hacksaw, with the capacity crowd behind him, chanting USA, would try it again. Hacksaw did not get Yokozuna off his feet, but it looks as though the big Japanese star may have injured his shoulder. With the crowd on their feet, Duggan sensed Yokozuna's vulnerability. Then, with the urging and assistance of Mr. Fuji, Yokozuna made Hacksaw Jim Duggan's worst-case scenario come true.
Turn around, Jim! Hacksaw Jim Duggan saw it! Oh, no! I can't believe that! No!
But once was not enough for this 505-pound monster. Nothing less than pure torture could satisfy the nefarious Mr. Fuji.
Come on! Get it! Get this man away! Get him out of here! No!
And then came the most humiliating blow of them all. Finally, the carnage had ended, and a hush fell on this capacity crowd as Hacksaw Jim Duggan was carted out of the arena.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Last week, not only did my Yokozuna beat you right in the middle ring, but he squashed you and squashed you and squashed you. And best of all, we used your American flag to cover you.
Well, comments from Yokozuna and Mr. Fuji. As a result of Yokozuna's attack last week, Hacksaw Jim Duggan suffered broken ribs, cracked ribs, and internal bleeding as well from torn intercostals. It is doubtful as to just when Hacksaw Jim Duggan will return to action.
I don't think he'll ever return to action. You know, instead of draping the American flag over him at the end there, they should have poured syrup on him because he was left flat as a pancake. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, how does it feel to know that you disgraced your family, disgraced the American flag, and most importantly, he disgraced the United States?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan didn't disgrace anything or anybody. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, feel good about the fact that you're a great competitor and a great American. And you did what you said you were gonna do. You took the big man, Yokozuna, down to the ground. Yes, you did. And how did you know it was gonna be a sneak attack, Pearl Harbor, all over again?
We'll be back as we continue with tag team action with the Steiner brothers. Stay with us. We're back with more WWF action. And all of those of you who need to go to college, you can take some pointers from these two graduates of the University of Michigan.
You gotta be kidding me. All they went through was 4 years in their parents' bank account there.
All-American Wolverines right here, the Steiner brothers. Welcome to the World Wrestling Federation.
Al Burke and his partner, Larry Sampson.
All right, Larry Sampson, Alan Burke. That's what integrated conditioning will do for you.
I'll try some.
Steiner brothers, two of the great competitors here in the WWF. Scotty Steiner and his brother Rick. And you can hear the barking in the background for the dog-faced gremlin. Nice quick takedown on the part of Scott Steiner.
I just thought that's how people spoke when they went to the University of Michigan.
No.
Well, you thought wrong, King, once again.
Larry Sampson, Alan Burke teaming up against the Steiner brothers. Look at that takedown, would you? Every time you see the Steiner brothers, you see something you've never seen before. Rugged individuals, to say the least. And I think Sampson is having his problems here in the early stages of the match. Big problems. Steiner Brothers, Rick and Scott pouring it on here in the World Wrestling Federation. Climbing the ladder of success by leaps and bounds, I might add. And on the cover of the WWF magazine, Razor Ramon, oozing with machismo. On the inside, Rick and Scott Steiner, a personality profile. And these guys are full of personality, that's for sure.
Yeah, only wish they were full of brains. They went to the University of Michigan. That means they'll have to get somebody to read that article to them.
Oh, really?
Let me just tell you, you know, when they won that letter on their jacket, they had to get their coach to read it to them. That's true.
Great debut with the Royal Rumble.
Wait, look at this. Alan Burke on the top rope and a suplex from all the way down. Oh, yeah.
King needs some transportation like that.
Yeah.
Rick Steiner in complete control around Burke. Drops a series. He's having a good time in there, isn't he?
Dog face gremlin.
The Steiner Brothers. You'll see the frequent tag. Scott now setting double underhook. It looks like somebody's going to go for the ride. Alan Burke. Oh, my goodness, down to the canvas.
Dribbling him like a basketball.
Now what's going to happen to Mr. Burke? He's going up. Whether he likes it or not. And from behind, what a bulldog. The cover, the count. Another victory for Scott and Rick, the Steiner Brothers.
Love that music, yeah.
A great Coliseum home video double release. It's the Royal Rumble combined with the Survivor Series. What a tag team that is. Two for the price of one.
Folks, pick up your copy of the Royal Rumble. Keep all the exciting memories forever. All from our good friends at Coliseum Home Video. We will certainly never forget Bret the Hitman Hart locking in the sharpshooter on Razor Ramon to retain the World Wrestling Federation Championship. And that is just one of the great moments. Right now, let's hear from a superstar who participated in the 30-man Rumble, the Berserker.
Hush! Hush! You know, the Berserkers never cared too much about titles and championships. But I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell all the wrestlers in the World Wrestling Federation that the Berserkers got his eyes set for titles and championships. So I'm talking about you, Bret Hart. I'm talking about you, Shawn Michaels. And like guys like you, Mr. Perfect, and you, Undertaker, because everybody knows when the Berserker gets his hands on you, it's all over. Hush! Hush!
The Wild Berserker continues to terrorize the singles ranks, but there's one individual he should stay well clear of. That is the Ugandan giant Kamala. Right now, he is joined by his spiritual advisor, Slick.
You know, I'm a very happy man because I set out in the World Wrestling Federation on a mission. I set out to do a job that everyone could be proud of. And you know who would have suspected that I would have the most success with the most difficult individual, Kamala the Ugandan giant. But yes, he's seen the light. But you know, whenever you try to do good, evil is always present. I'm talking about Harvey Whippleman and Kim Chi. They want to stand in the way of the progress of this gentle giant. They want to stand in the way of this man walking down the path of righteousness. But I've got something to say about it. The one of light has something to say, and he says something about it right now. He understands what I'm saying. He understands the mission. Kim Chi, you're in a lot of trouble.
The large Ugandan, no longer under the cruel control of Harvey Whippleman and the devious Kim Chi, it appears the Reverend Slick has now helped Kamala see the light. And given the opportunity, Kamala would love to put Kim Chi's lights out. And folks, we are going to light up your living room with more action right after these important messages. Stay tuned.
it's just about that time. The Mirror's in the ring, and I'm sure he's all fluffed up and ready to make his debut here on WWF Superstars. Many of you saw the Narcissus unveiled at the Royal Rumble. Once he takes this cape off, unquestionably you will see, as we all saw at the Royal Rumble, an unbelievable physique. If only he was not so impressed with himself. Although, King, you've always had that problem as well.
Oh, it's certainly not a problem. You see, this man loves to stand in front of the mirror for hours at a time and just gaze at himself. You see, Macho Man, if you did that, you wouldn't be a narcissist, you'd be a masochist. But this man here, he has a, look at that body.
Wait a minute now. He's not a masochist. He's a machoist. There's a big difference, okay?
If he had to look at himself in a mirror, he'd be a masochist. Look at that. Look at that.
So everybody could understand.
Look at that.
He is really put together, no question of that.
Ike-a-pro.
Bobby the Brain, he didn't really has unveiled a tremendous physique. If only Luger knew that he looked so good, huh?
Slacking
out there. Come on, let's get the wrestling going. Let's see what he can do in combat. I mean, this is not a physique contest, Macho Man.
If it was, yeah, he could be number one, but I think that he's going to really be in a bad situation. King, if it was a physique contest, what number would you be?
Don't worry about that. Just gaze at that man right there. Just take a look at the, you talk about perfect. There's the perfect body.
Great symmetry, great definition, obvious huge proportions in terms of muscle mass. And unfortunately, they're taking the mirror away from Mr. Luger. Just one last look, if you don't mind, please.
Exactly.
Okay, boys, you can take it out.
This would be a perfect time for a schoolboy trip and a 1-2-3 count on the Narcissus.
He really is impressed with himself.
Absolutely incredible.
But not perfect.
This is what a wrestler is supposed to look like.
You hear that, Macho Man?
Well, yeah, but can he wrestle? I mean, let's see what he can do against the competitors here in the World Wrestling Federation. Well, see, it was an obvious display of power.
That's right.
Very impressive, but no follow-up.
Look at that upper body. Look at those legs. Look at those legs. Have you seen Mr. Perfect's legs? Huh? I've seen better legs on a kitchen table than he's got. There's a set of legs for you right there.
Well, maybe after the match you can get a date, King.
My goodness, knee lift. And Mr. Luger is unquestionably asserting himself. Not only as far as his appearance is concerned, but obviously as to what he can do in the square circle. And suplex with ease. You see the way he snapped his neck? Luger, double bicep again. Oh, a little flexing of the pecs. 275 pounds. I would say his percentage of fat is certainly in the single digits. Somewhere down around 5 points, if that. Power slam. Oh, come on. I think we've seen enough of this, though. Still to come, an 8-foot giant Gonzalez against 3 competitors. We'll see. Oh, the juicy back. Holy Toledo.
Very vicious.
Good night, nurse.
He's not moving either. Not even moving.
Now, what were you guys saying?
Well,
I'd like to say that Mr. Perfect is probably watching him right now.
yep.
Narcissist Lex Luger.
Oh, yeah.
And another look at the double by.
That is truly perfection.
Onward.
Somewhere out there, probably still throwing and catching his own pass is Mr. Perfect. And somewhere out there, Mr. Perfect, no doubt, is looking forward, I believe, to getting into the ring with the narcissist Lex Luger. Back to the replay.
If Mr. Perfect watches this, look at that.
Oh, my goodness, he almost decapitated his opponent.
If Mr. Perfect watches that, he'll keep on running off that football field and right out of town. He won't ever look back.
might be the most vicious clothesline I've ever seen.
It was more of a sort of a forearm and almost took his head off. My goodness. And one more look at Luger looking at himself. Yeah, perfection, huh? Scheduled up next all the way from Kona, Hawaii, Crush!
Hi again, everybody. This WrestleMania report on Valentine's weekend brought to you by IcoPro. Integrated conditioning programs. It's for everybody who cares about their body. IcoPro. You gotta want it. What a main event. As it stands right now, World Wrestling Federation champion Bret the Hitman Hart will be defending against the man who won the Royal Rumble in Sacramento, 505-pound Japanese superstar Yokozuna. Coincidentally, Yokozuna managed by Mr. Fuji. But that's not all. Here's two matches just inked for WrestleMania by World Wrestling Federation officials. The Undertaker will be locking up against the 8-foot-tall Giant Gonzalez. I'm sure you all recall the altercation between these two men at the Royal Rumble. In addition, the big man from Kona, Hawaii, Crush, has his chance for revenge against Doink the Clown. None of us will ever forget how Doink nailed Crush from behind. As a matter of fact, just now, weeks after this incident, Crush is returning to action. He's going to be up next. All of the excitement from the family entertainment capital of the world, Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Circle this date, Sunday, April the 4th. Don't miss WrestleMania.
We're back with more WWF action. What a lineup thus far. 3 matches announced for Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada, the site of WrestleMania 9. And here comes a man who's on his way.
I am excited that this guy is back. The man from Kona, Hawaii. Crush on his way to Las Vegas and on his way to get Doink. Yeah, WrestleMania 9. Get him, big guy.
Crush ready to lock up with his competitor. Obviously very much looking forward to returning to action at WrestleMania. Yeah, we're all going to Caesars Palace. Bring the whole family. All kind of family entertainment. And Crush will meet Doink. And the question is, King, what happens when Crush, who has fully recovered from his concussion?
Well, all I can say is he must have went to a lousy doctor. Must have quite got him well somehow.
Look at this.
I'm not glad to see him back.
I'm sure Doink is not glad to see Crush back. Look at the power. Look at this. No one in the World Wrestling Federation can do that except the Kona Crush. Oh, yeah. Is he ever back?
Is he in great shape or is he in great shape, King?
What agility. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Doink is going to have to contend with all of the physical skills of Crush.
Well, let me just tell you, as I told you before, you constantly underestimate Doink. This man knows everything there is to know about wrestling. He knows holds that this man doesn't even dream of. You wait and see when Doink gets a hold of them. Sure, Crush may be bigger, Crush may be stronger, but Doink, Doink, who everybody thinks is a simple-minded clown, will outsmart this big guy.
King, you're unbelievable. When Crush gets Doink at Las Vegas at WrestleMania 9, that's going to be funny, because Crush is going to crush Doink.
Whoa, looks like right now the white shadow is going to be crushed. And the big man squeezes that melon as if it's a coconut, and it's all over. What a return.
Crush is driven with the goal in mind of WrestleMania 9.
Crush on his way to lock up with Doink at Caesars Palace. Take a look at this. Nice side suplex, belly to belly from there, off the rope end, up and down.
The big man has agility and quickness too.
Right now, let's take you to an interview that I recently conducted with Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake, one of the all-time World Wrestling Federation greats. Recently, in an interview on Monday Night Raw, Brutus Beefcake told us a tale of woe that was almost unbelievable. Events that actually led up to that devastating and near-fatal parasailing accident. Your mom, just prior to that accident, you lost her to cancer after a lengthy battle with that dreaded disease. 6 months later, grief-stricken, you lose your dad to a heart attack. Again, prior to the accident, you turned then to the only family you had at the time, your wife. You're greeted with divorce papers. You take a walk on the beach to find out why. Why is all this happening to you? There on the beach, you're greeted in a parasailing accident with a set of knees from a young lady, completely devastating your face. The medevac copter comes down, picks you up. You hear what they're saying about you on the way to the hospital. You're not going to make it. In the hospital itself, you hear the doctors talking. You stated before that you felt like completely giving up until you prayed for a miracle. You also said on an interview, Brutus Beefcake, that there were 2 reasons that pulled you through the operation, the reconstruction of your face. Those same 2 reasons are with you today. They've been with you for the last 2 years as you've been training. And I suspect those 2 reasons will be with you this Monday night when you step into the ring against Ted DiBiase in what could be the ultimate comeback attempt. Those 2 reasons are?
Those 2 reasons are the big man upstairs, Vince, and the Hulkster. They are like my sword and my shield.
Seems to me, Brutus, that this Monday night, you're going to need all the help you can get. I don't really know if you know what you're getting into. If you would recall, on the night you issued the open invitation and Money Incorporated, they didn't fight over you, but they flipped a coin over which one was going to have the privilege of the, quote, recreation they were going to have with you. And notwithstanding Jimmy Hart's views that this match should not take place, Ted DiBiase not only is looking forward to this recreation, you heard what he said. He said that if they had to hurt you, they know how, and that they would take away the only thing that you fought so hard to regain, your health, your well-being. That has to be on your mind as you approach the match, untested as of yet, this Monday night.
You know, Vince, their overconfidence is their downfall, because with the big man on one side, with the Hulkster on the other side, that's a team that DiBiase and IRS can't beat.
All I can say is, Brutus, with that kind of inspiration, the best of luck to you this Monday night.
Thanks, Vince.
As the Hulkster said, go for it.
We're back with more WWF action. And Brutus the Barber Beefcake is back this Monday, meeting the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Well, I tip my hat to Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Good luck. He wants me to back out of it. He wants to do it on his own. Go for it, like Hulk Hogan said.
All right, now we have 3 individuals who are going to meet this man.
Accompanied by Harvey Whippleman, standing nearly 8 feet tall. Here is the Giant Gonzalez.
That's who you better be tipping that silly-looking head of yours to right there.
I have never seen a human being with proportions like Giant Gonzalez. 8 feet, somewhere around the 400-pound mark. He's huge, massive, and everyone saw the damage he did to The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble. No man has ever manhandled The Undertaker like Giant Gonzalez did.
Which has never been done before. The Undertaker went down, but Las Vegas, WrestleMania 9, that man right there, The Undertaker, is going to get a second chance against this Giant Gonzalez. Yeah.
And that one will be a one-on-one, I must say. And you can bet between now and April, The Undertaker will have his strategy down. But what kind of strategy could you have against an 8-foot giant? What do you do?
Well, I'll tell you what you do. You do what these three guys are doing. You try to figure a way out of the match. Try to put somebody else in there instead of yourself. That's what you do.
Did you guys see Todd Pettengill interview the Giant on WWF Mania? Pettengill looked like a midget.
Oh, look at this!
Somebody's going to come in the ring, whether they want to or not. Spicoli, look at the Giant. Boy, he sure likes what he does, huh? Look at this. The Giant reached right out and grabbed Spicoli. Brought him into the ring. The other two individuals very, very reticent to get near the Giant. Come on, Russ, get in there.
His face is redder than Tatanka's hair right now.
Nobody wants to get near this guy.
The official intimidated by this 8-foot Giant Gonzalez.
Well, if The Undertaker's intimidated by him, don't you expect the official to be?
The Undertaker is not intimidated by him. He got the jump on him in that Royal Rumble. We're going to see what happens in Las Vegas at WrestleMania 9.
The last time I saw The Undertaker, this is the same thing that was happening.
Oh, my. And here comes Gonzalez. See how quick he moved?
See how quick they're moving.
And wait a minute, they're just leaving the partner Spicoli. They're not gonna come close to the Giant.
Unbelievable.
Spicoli rolled out. He takes off, and look at the smile on Harvey Whippleman's face. Harvey Whippleman representing the 8-foot Giant Gonzalez, who will square off one-on-one against The Undertaker at Caesar's Palace. Oh, my, what a matchup that's gonna be.
I'll tell you, I think I'd rather have gotten beat 1, 2, 3 in the ring than run out of the arena, but that's their choice right there.
Take a look at that awesome physical specimen. Let's take you now to the event center.
Nearly 8 feet tall, the Giant Gonzalez is already head and shoulders above the competition here in the WWF. Sorry about that, folks. Couldn't resist, but it comes as no surprise that the Giant is now set to take on The Undertaker at WrestleMania 9. Right now, let's hear from another superstar who is a giant among men when it comes to determination. He's El Matador Tito Santana.
You know, in the World Wrestling Federation, there's opportunity. There's a lot going on in the World Wrestling Federation for El Matador. I've got a great advice from an old friend of mine that told me, Matador, stay in the ball game. Wait for your chance, and that's exactly what the Matador is doing. People have tried to get me out of the ball game, but I'm still here, just waiting for my turn, baby. I guarantee you, the Matador is ready. Olé!
El Matador waiting for his turn at bat, and when he gets the chance, he plans to hit a home run. Elsewhere, individuals who have taken on Papa Shango have usually struck out.
A small pain, a large pain, a big pain, a great pain, growing here, growing there, growing everywhere. You see, Papa Shango is a very large pain, and at any time, Papa Shango's powers can reach out and grab a hold to you. All WWF wrestlers, beware, beware in the size and power of Papa Shango. Beware of voodoo. And beware of all the evil things that can happen to you.
Believe it to be a wise idea to take Papa Shango's word on that. Right now, let's hear from a superstar who has been fighting evil since his return to the WWF, Bob Backlund.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, since I've returned to the WWF, I've realized one thing. It hurts a little more. It also takes a little more time to recover. But down in here, the heart's still there. The desire to win
and the desire to represent you people in a way that you can be proud of, and especially your children. They mean a lot to me, and I never want to let them down. And I want you to be able to say, young child, daughter, son, I want you to listen and follow and maybe emulate that person, because you could be proud of him.
Well, Bob Backlund really is a fantastic role model for kids of all ages, living proof that through hard work and determination, anything is possible.
Next week, right here on WWF Superstars, scheduled for action, the man who will meet Giant Gonzalez at WrestleMania, The Undertaker.
And what about the Ugandan giant, Kamala?
And the man that oozes machismo, Razor Ramon, will be here.
Set for action as well, Mr. Perfect. And then from there, one-on-one, let's pick up comments from these two behemoths.
Let me tell you something, big man. Anytime, any place.
Well then, why not right here next week?
Let me tell you, next week won't come quick enough for the quake.
So next week, it's the Earthquake against Bam Bam.